Hey everyone, how's it going? So now we're able to submit posts, and I forgot to show you that if I go to the database and refresh it, you'll see this new posts collection right here. So if I click on that, you'll see the two posts that we submitted before. So yeah, what we're going to do now is handle what happens once you post it. So when you post it, we want to take that and essentially stick it down here. Do I still have my site open? I can try and show you on here. So what's going to happen is when you post something, it's going to take the post, create it, and then when it returns, it's going to just stick it down here. So if I click the post button, you see it's put it down here. So I just clicked on it by mistake, but you saw what happened. It stuck it down here for us. So yeah, let's do that. So we'll go back to common.js. In the success block, which is called when the Ajax call completes, what we're going to do is essentially create the post HTML and then append it on the page. Now, I remember last time I said you can have these two on there, these two, the status and the XHR. Now, just quickly, before I mentioned that we would probably check the status with these two, but we're not actually going to do that. So if you want, you don't have to, you can get rid of these two and just have post data on its own. You don't have to specify the other two as well. And that also means that because we only have one here now, we don't need the parentheses around either side, so we can just keep that on its own if you want to. But anyway, going back to what we're actually talking about, which is creating the post and outputting it, what we're going to do is essentially just get the HTML. So we're going to call a function which we'll create down here. Function, this will be called create post HTML. And then inside there, it's going to take some post data as a parameter. So yeah, just the one parameter. And then we will call this. So this function will return some HTML. So we'll say var HTML equals, HTML equals create post HTML. And we'll pass in this post data that was given to us from the call. Okay, so we'll pass that into there, and this function is going to create that for us. So we'll just do something real simple for now, just to see it work. What I'm going to do is just simply return post data.content, just real quick while we hook all this together, and then we'll come back and add the actual code to this shortly. So we've got the HTML now, or we've got something I should say. What we'll do is add it to the page. Now, where do we want to add this? Well, if I go back to home.pug, what we need to do is create a new element in here. So we're going to create an element, just a div, called, it's going to have the class post container. So posts container, like that. And that's it. So now we have this element on the page. What we're going to do is just add it to that. So copy this element right here. Make sure you save the file first. And then go back to here. And we'll create a jQuery object that's targeting the element with this class. So dot post container. And we'll just say dot prepend. And then put this HTML in there. Now we're using .prepend, not append, because append adds it to the end of the element, whereas prepend adds it to the front. So when we add the post, we want to add it to the top, the front of the element. If we did append, it would go right to the end and add it there. Okay, so yeah, that should add it to the page. But then what we also want to do is clear the text box. So we can say text box.val. And then put empty single quotes in there, and that will essentially remove the user's text from the text box. So clear it again, and then we also want to manually set the button to be disabled. So we can say button dot prop and then disabled, and then put a comma and then true. So we have to manually set this, because although at the moment it does it when we type in there, when we use jQuery to remove this text, it won't fire the key up event, so it won't. Our code won't set it. So we're essentially just going to set it manually. All right. So that's it. That will now essentially put the post content on the page for us. Let's go and try that out. Did I save it? Yeah, I saved it. I don't think we have any server changes, so let's just refresh the page and let's try it out. So here is some content. So if I press post, it should literally put here is some content on the page. So it did. There we go. It cleared the text from the text box. The submit button is now disabled, so I can't click it. And it's taken the content and just stuck it down there. and no errors in the console or anything. Great, it's gone well. So like I said, the next thing for us to do would be to add some actual HTML content in here.